Hey, New York State is supposed to be voting on homosexual marriage, meaning two women. They call it same sex. That means two vaginas or two penises are supposed to get together, and that's supposed to be marriage. Okay, that's supposed to be um, part of what marriage is supposed to be about. So basically, and their reasoning is basically that they're a minority and that this is an equality issue, and so they're supposed to be equal. So two penises are supposed to be equal to a penis and a vagina. When a penis and a vagina, they teach this stuff in school to kids. So don't be embarrassed. Don't get bashful. So two penis and a vagina is supposed to be the same as a vagina and a vagina and a penis. When they're supposed to be equal, when no homosexual relationship was ever responsible for bringing life onto this planet, not even themselves. So to me, to say is equal, I want to know where. I mean, that's like a lie, right? I mean, to say something like this is the same weight as this. They're the same weight when they're not. They don't do the same thing. They're not the same. They're not equal. Okay? We're not talking about looking different. Okay? So anyway, this homosexual interest group, that's what they are. They're basically saying that they are a minority, yet there's no characteristics, there's no features. It actually includes anybody can be included, and basically you can also change back and forth whether so you could be heterosexual for a little while and then become a homosexual minority after you get divorced and had a couple of kids and was um, married to the opposite sex. So here's again to me those equality signs are big lies, and the people who are holding it are spreading untruth. They're projecting, and so these people have enough money, and this interest group have enough money to project the lie, and then make you feel bad about something that they doing wrong. That's what gets me. But let me go back. So men and women are not the same. But when you put them together, they're both great. And their greatness, even though they're as opposite as they are, their greatness comes together and becomes even better. Homosexuality doesn't do that. You have two men get together and they can rub against each other all day long. Like somebody said, they can rumple still skin all day long and nothing happens. They just have to either go back to their wife or go to who they were married to before. And that's the thing that gets me is that I just come from the park, had a great time, a festival, bunch of women dressed like men, bunch of black women that were dressed like men there, and I'm not judging them. I don't know them as a person or anything. And they had girls with them, women with them. That most of the women had kids, and that's the thing that gets me. So a man does them wrong. A woman has a man get pregnant. The man don't take care of it, and then a butch homosexual, or they call it butch, I think. And if there's not, forgive me for my not knowing the terminology. But this woman dressed in man attire will come and take the role of the provider and the financial person. And so then they have this arrangement, and then they call themselves a family. Now, obviously, these young girls did not have intravenous nothing. So, you know, they decide to be with this woman because they're going to help them. Of course, then they're probably scared and everything. And the man might not be paying nothing and stuff like that. So there's some circumstantial things that cause these people to get together. And I understand that. I know that they do that. But that doesn't make them a family. That doesn't make them. And then you have one you have a woman and a man that have a kid and they got pregnant, had a kid. And then you have, you know how jealousy and envy is, you know. Then you have two homosexuals that, you know, never had kids or never were involved with the opposite sex, you know, and then they decide they want to have a kid. And because of this, now they attack the agencies and stuff like that, and they send like Catholic Charities, who has helped homosexuals who had psychological problems, you know, from their homosexuality and stuff like that. They help them, and now they turn on those institutions and say, "You won't give us, you know, a child, so you know, you're being unequal." When the fact is that homosexuality is never sterile, is never infertile, is just completely non-existence to infertility, to fertility. It's no parts of it. It's not the right parts. It's not the right plumbing. You know, it's like trying to put you ever seen that commercial where they try to break down a building with when they try to break down the bill with a crashing ball, but the crashing ball is a big bunny, a big soft bunny, and somebody says you're gonna be here all day because that ain't gonna work. It just doesn't work. It's just non-existent. There's no fertility, infertility. Again, where's the equality? You know, if it would be different, black people and white people get together, and you can stop them from having babies, because they were equal. They were equal. There's nothing different between them except for pigmentation, meaning how long one of them been in the sun. It's not a sex, a whole different humanity, a woman and female. Like I say, something completely oppositely different. Not the wrong thing. So anyway, they have the money. They have so much equality. They have the money, the power, the political position. All it is that who, like I always ask, who discriminated you from sharing genes with your mate? Who discriminated? And when even if you took your genes or your mate and the science got to the point, and y'all start splicing genes and start making mutant babies, by slicing two males together, it still wouldn't be equal. You know, it still wouldn't. You cannot share genes with your mate because it's not for you. It's not to do that. It's not the way God had intended it. So anyway, I don't want to sound like I've said all that before in my videos, and so this is the thing: is there's been it's in a political arena for New York State, and so it amazes me. What gets me, so is that they're gonna make laws to this based on their political power. It's basically political power. They didn't stand out there and get dogs ran after them. It's not equality. These people have jobs and stuff like that. I bet you I couldn't get a job in Hollywood because some people own it. Homosexuals own Hollywood. And a lot of politicians. But they'll do it and they'll say you're wrong for it. And so my next video is going to be about, when did God change his mind? What commandment, what 10 commandment did God change his mind? When did life itself said that, oh, okay, now you can have two men and they can have a family and become a baby? if I was a mother and you told me that a man could do my job, as a woman, I would slap the mess out of you. And you don't have to have periods. You don't have to have your body go through 9 months of transfer state. And to say that it's equal, you equal to me. If I was a woman, I'd drop kick you. I mean, really. If Mother's Day come around and a man said that, oh, I'm just as good. Now, women can get away with that. They can say they just as good as a daddy, and a man ain't gonna say nothing. But if I was a woman and you said that two men can raise a little girl or a boy, like I could as a woman, I still miss my mom, and I still dream about her being my mother to me. You know, I mean, laying my head on her bosom. You know, you can't replace that. My dad could never do that. You know, my dad could protect me at night when I had dreams and nightmares and stuff like that. And then I was secure. But it just has a bit. What Ten Commandment did God say? Okay, that thing I said about murder. You can start killing people now. I had to change my mind about it. That thing about adultery or honoring your mother and your father. Nah, you don't have to honor them anymore. I changed my mind. That was way back when. That was Moses days. You don't have to do that no more. You don't have to honor your parents. I mean, that's what the world do. That's what we do anyway. Bart Simpson and everything like that. But Al Bundy and all that stuff. They broke down the family respect and unit a long time ago, and they used the television. And believe me, the people that program those programs, allowing to go on the air, they knew that. They knew that they had to break down what is even called the family, and then confuse and lie people, and say if they could get away with that lie, saying that they equal, and people don't know the difference between equal anymore. Wow. God bless y'all.